Welcome again, grade 3. Now we're going to take our science class. Today we're going to talk about two important things. The first thing is climate. We're going to talk a lot about climate. What is climate, okay? The second thing we're going to talk about is seasons, or our seasons, okay? So, climate. Weather changes all the time. It may be rainy one day and sunny the next, but the climate of the area stays the same. Climate is the pattern of weather in a certain place over a long period of time. So, what does it mean? It means a weather in a certain place, for example, the weather in Jordan, but in very long time, okay? So again, it means the weather in a certain place over a long period of time. For example, in Jordan, we have a cold winter and a hot summer. This is climate. Now, I'm not talking about the weather because the weather shows the temperature, the precipitation, for example, for a month, a day, a week, a year. But when I am talking about climate, I'm talking about very long time, okay? I'm not talking about a short period of time. A climate is described by its average temperature and precipitation. So, how we can describe the climate? By average temperature and precipitation. As I told you, for example, we have, yes, a cold winter and a hot summer. One area may have cool, dry summers, another may have hot, humid summers, okay? Climates differ based on where an area is located on the earth. So, is the climate in Jordan the same of the climate in Egypt? No, it is not. So it differs according to the area or the place. Not all areas have four separate seasons. Many areas have hot and cold temperatures and wet and dry periods throughout the year. So not all of the areas have summer, winter, spring, autumn. Some areas stay hot all the year or stay cold all the year. Now we're going to learn about four different places. The first place is Sonoran Desert. It is hot and dry all the year, okay? It is hot and dry all the year. Now, Chicago can be hot or cold, dry or wet. So, the climate in Chicago differs according to time. Antarctica is cold and dry, so it is always cold and dry. As you see here, it's frozen. Rio de Janeiro is hot and wet. Okay, so the climate differ from one place to another. It also differ from one time to another. As you know, we have four different seasons, so the climate may be different from one season to the other. Okay, what is the climate? This is your homework. You can answer it from the Yes, from the paragraph, we know that it is the pattern of weather in a certain place over a long period of time. So I want you to write the answer. And the next question is, what is a city's climate based on? Okay, this is the most important question for today. What is a city's climate based on? You can find two or three things in the paragraph. I want you to write them. So your homework is question 1 to page 26. This was the first part of our lesson. In the second part, we're going to talk about seasons. What are seasons? What seasons? We all know that we have only four seasons. Let's wait for it to. It's it is loading, so let's wait a little for it to finish loading. So now I'm going to explain page 27, seasons. You saw the changing trees in the phenomenon. We saw that how trees, or how the same tree changed from winter, spring, summer, autumn. Okay, trees change due to the to seasons. What are seasons? Are times of the year with different weather patterns. Okay, so they are different times with different weather patterns. Okay, so we know that in winter it is cold, it's freezing, maybe snowy, rainy. In summer it is very hot. So Earth's four seasons are winter, spring, summer, and fall. Fall is the other name of autumn. Okay, so fall is autumn. The north and south halves of Earth have opposite seasons at any given time. So, for example, if we have summer in the north pole uh, of the Earth, the south pole or the south half will have a different or opposite season. So if it is summer on the north half, it will be winter on the uh, south half. Okay. The seasons are caused by the way Earth is tilted and moves around the sun. So how we all know that the Earth is moving around the sun. So this movement determines what season do we have. You can see four different pictures. It's look like spring for me. Yes. This is autumn or fall, winter, and this looks like summer. Yes. Okay. Now let's continue reading. Now I'm reading the second paragraph. Winter is the coldest season. The sun's path is lower in the sky. There are fewer hours of daylight. Temperatures can be cold in winter. Okay? Precipitation may fall as snow in some areas. Winter is too cold for some animals. So they gave us a lot of facts about winter. It is the coldest season. The sun's path is lower in the sky. Few hours of daylight, temperature is cold. Also, precipitation is we have high range of precipitation like snow, rain. Okay, yes, it is too cold. So some animals sleep all the winter, and we talk about this. They do hibernation. Yes. In spring, the sun's path begins to rise higher. So the sun is higher a little. So temperatures are warm. It is warm. It is not cold or hot. There are more hours of daylight. Okay. There are not as much hours as in summer, but they are more than the winter. Animals that were away during winter begins to return. So spring is let's say يعني spring is suitable for a lot of animals to live. They can find enough food, beautiful place to live in, enough water. Okay. Now during the summer there are more hours of sunlight during the day. The most or the longest day is in summer. The summer sun is higher in the sky than any then at other times of the year, temperatures are the warmest of the year. So we all know that summer is very hot. Okay, temperatures are very high. The sun is very high in the sky, and the day is longer than any other time of the year. Now, the last season is fall or autumn. In fall, there are fewer hours of daylight and temperatures are colder. The sun stays lower in the sky compared in summer. Okay, so let's say that the weather is moderate. It is not very cold like the winter, but it is colder than spring and summer. The day is not أو fewer hours the day contain fewer hours than the summer. So again we have winter, spring, summer and autumn or fall. In this page they give you the properties of each one of them. Okay, now look at the photo and label the season. Check your answer, then move to the next. Let's see the photos. Okay, let's wait a little. Okay, it's loading, so we're going to wait until it finish loading. Okay, now this picture is what? Yes, winter. So you're going to write winter on this picture. Okay. Now the second. Okay. How can we? Okay, 1 minute. Okay. Okay, you can see the 4 photos in your book and you must label each one of them. Internet connection is very low, so this is not working. I'm sorry that it is not working, okay? So this is winter, but it give me that this is false. So anyway, you have the 4 pictures in your book. I want you to label each one of them. The first one is winter. Down of it, you can find 3 different pictures. I want you to write the season on each one of them, okay? Yes. That's it for today. We talked about climate and seasons. We did page 26, 27. Do your homework, which are question 1 and 2, page 26, and label the pictures in page 27. That's it for today. Thank you, grade 3. Do your best.